Chapter 573. Why didn't you tell me you were coming in? Are you the boss? You are the president. She emphasized the words, the president. Then who is the boss in your name? Are you referring to the boss behind this company? Xianxia asked. A name is a name. It doesn't mean anything. Then change it to the boss is above, and you are below, Xianxia ordered. That's not cool at all, okay? Lu Shuang refused and looked at the computer screen. Damn, my tiger time is up and I haven't done anything yet. It's all your fault. You're so annoying. Xianxia was speechless. Other people wanted him to be annoying, but she was the only one who would say that he was annoying. The water dispenser is in my room. If you want a drink, go get it yourself. I'll send 2 cups to you later. You can choose one first. Also, I'll ask someone to send 2 gaming chairs for you to play games tomorrow. It's not good for your neck. Xianxia reminded him. Lu Shuang gave a perfunctory reply and didn't even look at her. Xianxia was jealous. She stood there and didn't leave. If she knew this would happen, she wouldn't have let her play this game and ignored him. Lu Shuang summoned the little tiger to patrol again. She saw 2 people walking over and immediately sent a private message to one of her friends. Little Bai, hurry and teleport to me. I saw 2 enemies. Bai, are you hiding? Lu Shuang, of course. Bai, I'm coming. Lu Shuang put on his earphones and pressed the button. He said to the Special Forces soldier, Did you call Lao Si over? Bai, Lao Si is fighting the boss. They'll be here in 1 minute. What's the situation? Lu Shuang, one is a model and the other is a police officer. One is level 5, and the other is level 9. Bai, you are awesome. We might not be able to defeat them. You are only level 3. Lu Shuang asked, Aren't you level 10? My little tiger will fight first. It has thick skin so it should be able to hold on for a while. I can still heal my tiger. You go in stealth mode and kill the model. Then we'll run. When OL4 arrives, we'll kill the level 9 police officer. That's right. Yes. Bai said, their team is also very strong. If I'm charmed by the model, I'll pause for 3 seconds. The policeman will shoot me once and handcuff me. The model's long legs will be kicked by me and the policeman will intimidate me. The model will try to seduce me again and the policeman will shoot me again. I'm done for. Lu Shuang said, that's why you have to kill the model in 1 second. No matter if the model dies or not, you have to be invisible. If I were invisible, you'd be dead. Lu Shuang said, I'll run. Hurry up. If they find us, we'll really be dead. Bai replied, got it. Your little tiger can go first. Lu Shuang fed the little tiger food. The little tiger quickly rushed to the model and gave him a slap. The model used charm on the little tiger. The policeman shot the little tiger, and the little tiger's health dropped by half. Lu Shuang immediately told the little tiger to run away to avoid being handcuffed by the police. However, the model's charm stopped for 3 seconds. The little tiger only managed to lift 1 leg before it was handcuffed. It couldn't even run away. After being intimidated by the police, the little tiger lost another quarter of its health. When the model was about to give the little tiger legs, Bai appeared in time and killed the model in 1 shot. The model's health dropped by half, and Bai immediately went invisible. When the police's attention was attracted by Bai, Lu Shuang immediately told the little tiger to run away and replenish its health. The model used charm and the little tiger ran very slowly. The police and the model surrounded the little tiger again. The model gave the little tiger another kick, and the little tiger's health was almost gone. Fortunately, all 3 of their skills had been used. Lu Shuang ran out from the bushes and attacked the model. She used her roaring skill. Because the level was not high, the model only lost a little health. She then used her whip skill on the model. After using the skill, she quickly ran away. The police's shooting function was activated, and they aimed at Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang's health was low and he would definitely be killed in 1 shot. Hide behind the rock, Xianxia reminded. Lu Shuang then noticed that Xianxia was still there. She thought that he had gone out, so she quickly hid behind the rock. Replenish your health, Xianxia reminded her. Lu Shuang quickly replenished her health. Xianxia frowned. Where's your equipment? We gave you so much money, but what did you buy? At that critical moment, Lu Shuang ignored Xianxia, and the police were running towards her. Run, he can use deterrence to reduce your health by half, and your partner won't be able to save you, Xianxia said. Lu Shuang thought about it and she ran away. Luckily, because the police were chasing her, she bought time for her little tiger, and the model was killed by Little White. The little tiger's time was up, and it disappeared automatically. If the little tiger was dead, it would cost a lot of money to revive her. The police followed her closely, and they were ready to avenge their partner. Little White used Gale steps to catch up, but unfortunately for was teleported to him, and he had to pause for 5 seconds. Lu Shuang thought that she was dead meat. "Squat down," Xianxia said. Lu Shuang immediately waited, only to hear a bang in her ear. She had dodged the fatal attack from the police. "Run and go behind your partner. One of your partners is a magician, and he can create an environment that lasts for 5 seconds. You can find a place to hide," Xianxia said. "Okay." Lu Shuang did as he was told and went behind his partner. The police also found out that the 3 of them were together, and they knew that they would be courting death if they went over, so they ran away. Lu Shuang let out a sigh of relief and he pressed control. "For you almost killed me." Ulfer said, "Forgive me. I came here after killing a boss. I'll give you some mana and health potions later." Xianxia's face darkened when she saw that Lu Shuang was still ignoring her after winning a game. She glanced at the time on her watch and it was time to go downstairs. "What did you buy with your money? Where's your equipment?" Lu Shuang glanced at Xianxia. "I bought some powerful equipment." "Really? If I didn't warn you, you would have been dead. I played more than 20 games today and I've won more than 10. It's very powerful," Lu Shuang bragged. "Really?" Xianxia didn't believe him at all. Other than him, there were a few other people in their company who played well, but they only won about 20 out of 40 games. How could she be that good? He clicked on her record and it was true that she had won 12 out of 24 games. "What kind of top-tier equipment did you buy?" Xianxia was surprised. "Was there a bug in the game?" "I'll tell you after this game." Lu Shuang was proud of himself, and his eyes curved like a thief. But he liked her slyness. Suddenly he pressed the back of her neck and his lips covered hers. Chapter 574. Xianxia didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay here and play games with her. He kissed her and didn't want to let go. Lu Shuang pushed him hard and frowned. He couldn't push him away, so he pinched his waist. Xianxia was ticklish, so he let go of him. "I'm still playing games. I'm going to lose if you do this." Lu Shuang complained. "If you lose, you lose. It's not like you haven't lost before. I'm going out for dinner and I won't be home early. Don't wait for me. If you're tired, go to sleep first. Be good at home." Xianxia said reluctantly. Ever since she came back, he wanted to stick to her. He was not a clingy person. "Don't worry, I know. Ah bro, you can move aside and give me back my mouse." Lu Shuang pushed Xianxia. Xianxia's eyes turned cold. "Believe it or not, I'll take you with me to the reception. The Prime Minister really wants to see you." Lu Shuang's eyelids drooped. Helpless, she said coquettishly, "Xianxia, I'm their boss's woman. If I lose, wouldn't you lose face as the big boss? Just go in peace and let me play games in peace, okay?" "So, the boss in your name really refers to me? You promised me. Have you forgotten that you promised me to be on top? I'm happy now, so I changed my name to show off." Lu Shuang explained. Xianxia touched her nose lovingly. "I know. I'll let you be happy this time. Change your name tomorrow." "Oh, okay. Got it," Lu Shuang said obediently. She watched as Xianxia finally headed for the door and pressed the control key. She pressed the control button and said to her companions, "The 3 of you should stay together. The map will shrink soon. Let's stick to the previous strategy. You guys follow behind and I'll scout ahead." Lao Si said, "Pretty lady, we've played together for the whole afternoon. Can we have dinner together?" Lu Shuang said, "Where do you live? Is that convenient?" Lao Si, "Just say the word. I'll treat you to a meal even if it's inconvenient." Lu Shuang said, "Ha, sure. I'm in City A in Country A, Lao Si. Then I'll treat you next time you come to the headquarters in Country X." Xianxia went out and called Anafu. "Go and find out who in the company is called Old 4 in the beta. You can ban his account. No reason, no excuse. No matter what he says, just ignore him." "Oh, okay. While you're at it, ban an account called By as well. There's no reason or excuse. No matter what he says, just ignore him." After Xianxia finished speaking, she hung up the phone and felt much better. As night fell, Nangongyu was still practicing. Colonel Ching came over and she leaned against the glass pool. "Colonel Ching, are you done? I'm freezing to death." "Yes." Colonel Ching nodded and put the ginger water on the table. "After drinking it, we'll go to the performance venue." "Okay." Nangongyu trembled as she got out of the water. She quickly put on her clothes and drank the ginger water. Only then did she feel warm. Colonel Ching turned around and walked in front. Nangongyu followed behind him and got into his car. There was a traffic jam on the road. Nangongyu looked out of the window anxiously. Why aren't we there yet? You should ask someone to clear the road first. Colonel Cheng's phone rang. He picked it up. Mr. President, there's a traffic jam on the road. I don't know when you'll be here. I'll try my best. Got it. Okay, sorry. Nangong Yu saw Colonel Cheng hang up and asked, "What's wrong? What did the president say?" He asked us to hurry up. The meal is about to start. It's not appropriate for you to go in now, Colonel Cheng said in a deep voice. Then hurry up. I don't know when I'll be here. You should have asked me to go out earlier. It's all your fault, Nangong Yu complained. She felt wronged. She had practiced for the whole afternoon. Colonel Cheng made a call. Director Wang, please clear the road. I'm in a hurry. It's between Bo Ai Road and Jasmine Road, and between Jasmine Road and Tian'an Road. What? It'll take half an hour to get here? No need. I'll be here in half an hour. Nangong Yu stomped her feet anxiously and hit Colonel Cheng's chair. Colonel Cheng looked at Nangong Yu through the rearview mirror. So, if you offended someone, don't offend the president. The president's ability to play with people was unparalleled. He shuddered and suddenly felt a little admiration for Lu Shuang. It seemed that only Lu Shuang could make the president suffer. When Nangong Yu arrived at the restaurant, it was already 45 minutes later. She changed her clothes and hurriedly went into the water. She pushed the sink into the private room. Hua Zixing was surprised to see Nangong Yu in the pool. Oh my God! The Prime Minister's wife was surprised. She covered her mouth. Isn't that the president's wife's assistant? Hua Zixing smiled and said gently, "You are the most distinguished guests of our country. We wanted to show our friendship and sincerity." Very good. We felt it. It's really good, the Prime Minister's wife said to Hua Zixing. Yin raised her glass. I hope you had a good time today. Yes, very good. My only regret is that I didn't get to see Miss Lu, the Prime Minister said as he clinked glasses with Yin. By the way, does Miss Lu have a boyfriend? We know a nice guy. Maybe we can introduce them to each other. The Prime Minister's wife suggested marriage. They could immediately tell what it was. Hua Zixing smiled and said, she has a boyfriend who grew up with her. They're getting married soon. Oh, that's a pity, the Prime Minister's wife said sadly. I wonder who he is. My sister doesn't have a boyfriend either. Maybe we can introduce them to each other, Hua Zixing said. He's Mai's younger brother. He's 28 this year. He's used to fooling around and needs a wife to take care of him. My sister's age is quite suitable for him. I'll be 26 in 2 years, Hua Zixing said enthusiastically. The Prime Minister's position in F country was not much lower than the president's. He was also a strong contender for the next president. This relationship could lead to a marriage. How old is Miss Lu? Mai asked meaningfully. She should be 30 after Chinese New Year, Hua Zixing said with a smile. We want to find an older girl. We can't take care of someone too young. Because of me, I think older girls are more attractive. They'll be more practical for my brother. The Prime Minister's words were tactfully rejecting Hua Zixing's idea of a marriage. Chapter 575. You like kung fu opera, right? I have a surprise for you. Yin changed the topic and clapped her hands. Music started playing on the stage and a kung fu opera actor appeared. Nangong Yu was in the pool. She couldn't come out and she couldn't complain. It was very awkward. Most importantly, Yin had been eating for 3 hours and her whole body was numb from the cold. When Yin went to the washroom, Hua Zixing followed. Yin, did Xiaoyu do something wrong? Yin smiled. She probably hid some things from you. For example, when we were watching the show by the lake, she told Lu Shuang that I fell into the lake and lied to Lu Shuang to come out. If Lu Shuang came out, what do you think the Prime Minister and his wife would think of us? All our efforts would have been in vain. What? That's impossible. How could she do that? Hua Zixing was shocked. This is just a small punishment. If there's a next time and she can't stay by my side, you should know how to deal with it. Yin reminded her. Are you sure she did it? Hua Zixing still couldn't believe it. She had already warned Nangong Yu. I'm sure. I saw it with my own eyes. All right, I'll arrange for someone to send her away. Yin didn't want to waste her time on an insignificant person. She came out and gave some instructions to Colonel Cheng before returning to her seat. Colonel Cheng asked someone to carry Nangong Yu down. Nangong Yu was so cold that she almost fainted. She kept shivering as she came out of the changing room. Colonel Cheng handed the gift bag to Nangong Yu. This is a gift from the president. Thank you for your hard work tonight. He said that you don't need to take care of him anymore. Go back and rest early. Okay. Nangong Yu opened the gift bag and there was a crystal swan inside. This was the first time she had received a gift from Yin. Her heart was filled with sweetness. No matter how hard it was worth it. It was already 11 o'clock when Xianxia returned to the President Palace. He went straight to his room. No, to be exact, he went straight to Lu Shuang's room. She was still playing games. The windows were open and it was very cold. She wrapped herself in a down jacket and tied her hair into a messy braid. Xianxia was speechless. Why did he fall in love with such a slovenly, careless, and sloppy woman? Why did you leave the window open? You might as well freeze to death, Xianxia said helplessly and closed the window. I was wondering why it was so cold. Turns out I forgot to close the window. Lu Shuang glanced at the window and returned his gaze to the computer. You're still playing? It's very late now. Xianxia frowned. Soon. I've finished the last round. I'm almost at level 6 now. Awesome, right? Lu Shuang boasted. Xianxia nodded her head. She was indeed awesome. She had reached level 6 in just over 10 hours. Her speed was very fast. What bug did you find? Not yet, Lu Shuang said lazily. Xianxia untied her tie and threw it on the chair. She unbuttoned the top 3 buttons of her shirt and regained her sly aura. She sat beside Lu Shuang and looked at the screen. She had teamed up with another 2 level 10 people. One of them was a level 10 police officer. He looked very familiar. Is this the police officer who almost killed you? Lu Shuang smiled. There are no eternal friends or enemies in this world. It wasn't easy for me to dress up as that model. All right. Xianxia's face darkened. Her other teammate was also a level 10 Special Forces soldier. He roughly knew why she could win so many rounds. You've been playing individual matches all this while? Xianxia asked. Yeah. Let me tell you, there will only be 3 people left in each individual match. I just need to team up with someone strong. Basically, my chances of winning are higher, Lu Shuang explained. Xianxia sneered. So it's this bug. Lu Shuang had a bad feeling. He looked at Xianxia and made a call. It's me. It's about the new game. When the individual matches are randomly selected, the level difference between the players can't be more than 2 levels. Otherwise, it's unfair to the low-level players. Yes, it's best if the players are of the same level, Xianxia ordered. Lu Shuang ignored Xianxia and continued playing his game. Also, what is the ultimate equipment you mentioned? Xianxia asked Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang ignored him and didn't say a word. He killed the little monster to vent his anger. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Even if he knew, he wouldn't tell him anything. Xianxia looked at Lu Shuang coldly. Do you think I won't ban your account? Lu Shuang was angry. He pushed the mouse away. I don't want to play anymore. You ban it? It's boring. She fell on the bed with her back facing Xianxia. She covered her head with the blanket and said in a muffled voice, I'll start playing other people's games tomorrow. At least I won't be banned. Xianxia looked at her helplessly and pulled the blanket up. She only pulled it a little bit before she pulled it back. He frowned. It's not that I don't want you to play. You should at least tell me. Tell you so that you can cancel it? Lu Shuang felt that it was unfair. If you tell me, I'll get someone to top up $1,000 for you tomorrow. You can do it. There's no place to top up even if you have the money. Xianxia compromised. Lu Shuang popped his head out. I want $2,000. I'll use up the $1,000 in a while. Fine, $2,000. Xianxia was helpless. Lu Shuang smiled and kicked the blanket away. Deal. She moved her butt to the computer and showed her equipment to Xianxia. Xianxia glanced at it. There was nothing special. He had seen it before. Could it be that there was a bug when she put it together? Let me tell you. My ultimate equipment is these beautiful clothes and hairstyles. When I dress up nicely, people won't want to kill me. I can easily form a team with powerful people. It doesn't matter if I'm not powerful as long as my teammates are powerful, Lu Shuang explained. Xianxia? He frowned. She was flirting when he was serving them. He was reminded of her dark past. She confessed to him and other men at the same time. When she grew up, she became even worse, seducing men to confess to her every few days. In those 3 years, he didn't know how many peach blossoms he had killed. Train with me in the future. Don't worry, I'm the best player here, Xianxia said coldly. What level are you? Lu Shuang asked. I think I'm level 68. What? Take your time. I'm only 2 levels away from you. I haven't reached level 6 yet. Lu Shuang rolled his eyes and continued playing. I can ask them to give me a level 8 account. Where's the fun? The fun is gone. This game is mainly for the fun of leveling up. Lu Shuang slowly focused on the computer. Chapter 576. Xianxia, what are you doing? I'm still playing. There are only 10 people left. It's a crucial moment, Lu Shuang complained and pushed her. I'll help you. Go take a shower, Xianxia said in a commanding tone. I don't want to. I'll do it myself. Then I'll go take a shower. You can take a shower after I'm done, Xianxia said meaningfully. Go take a shower. She only wanted him to leave her alone. Xianxia got up from the bed and went to the washroom. Lu Shuang hurried to play the game. Xianxia took a shower and dried her hair. When she came out, Lu Shuang was still playing. It's your turn. Wait. There are only 6 people left. Our opponents are also in a team of 3. They are stronger than us. We can't beat them. If we lose, all my time will be wasted. Lu Shuang was anxious. Go take a shower. I'll help you win. Xianxia sat down beside him. Lu Shuang knew that Xianxia was more skilled than him, so he immediately let her win. Xianxia skillfully operated the game. She used her skills, moved, hid, and summoned. Lu Shuang didn't go to take a shower. He sat beside her and stared at the computer. Let's retreat first, Xianxia said to her companions. She dodged and ran to the shop. He saw that Lu Shuang had 15,300 yuan. He bought a one-time thunderbolt strike, 2 health potions and 1 mana potion. Damn. That thunderbolt strike costs 5,000 yuan. It's not worth it. I only get 1,000 yuan for 1 win. This is the biggest bug in the game, okay? Lu Shuang complained. Otherwise, how can this game make money? Some people don't care about money. They only care about winning, Xianxia explained. Killing intent flashed in her eyes. She looked quite handsome when she was cold. Lu Shuang twitched the corner of his mouth. She was talking about him. You have to compensate me for this 5,000 yuan. I worked hard to earn it, Lu Shuang muttered. Got it. After Xianxia recovered, he sent a message to his companions. Get ready. I bought a thunderbolt strike which can reduce the opponent's learning points by 1,000. Let's change the opponent's special forces first. His stealth and thunderbolt strike are impossible to defend against. He's so handsome. He must be rich, Lu Shuang's companion said. Xianxia ignored them. Anyway, they wouldn't be able to hang out with Lu Shuang from tomorrow on. Lu Shuang watched as he annihilated the opponent's special forces. Wow, I leveled up. I'm level 6 now. Wahaha. Lu Shuang shouted happily. After Xianxia defeated the enemy SWAT soldier, Lu Shuang's hero became the target of public criticism. Everyone was targeting him. His hero's HP was low, so he quickly typed, "Comrades, cover me. I'm counting on you guys." He ran quickly. His teammates stopped the other 2. He kept running and released the little tiger. The little tiger turned around to help. My hero is a little weak. He has too little HP. Lu Shuang felt that she was going to win, so he relaxed. Xianxia controlled the little tiger. She looked at the computer. You can take a shower now. Okay. Lu Shuang replied. But he didn't leave. His eyes were fixed on the computer. Xianxia turned around and looked at her. She raised her voice and said, "Shower." Got it. Lu Shuang took his clothes and went to the washroom. He came out within 15 minutes. His hair was washed but he didn't dry it. Xianxia looked at him and frowned. Why don't you dry your hair? You'll have headaches when you get old. I can dry it myself. Lu Shuang said nonchalantly. He sat in front of the computer. Turn off the computer. Xianxia ignored him. She got off the bed and took the hairdryer from the washroom. She plugged it in and saw that Lu Shuang had turned on the computer. She said unhappily, "You're not going to sleep? What time is it?" You have to adjust the rules of the game. If you don't play now, you won't be able to meet such a good teammate tomorrow. Lu Shuang said seriously. Xianxia snatched the mouse from her hand and turned off the computer. Lu Shuang glared at Xianxia and turned on the computer again. He said helplessly, "It's very late. I'll tell them that they won't adjust the rules of the game tomorrow. You can be late for one more day. Is that okay?" Lu Shuang smiled. "Then you have to promise me that you won't ban me forever." "No, I won't ban you forever," he promised and blew her hair. Lu Shuang grinned. That would be the best. She was a little tired from playing today. She lay on Xianxia's lap and let him blow her hair. Her pajamas assaulted her. Xianxia blew her hair so comfortably that she wanted to sleep. She closed her eyes and really fell asleep after a while. He looked at her sleeping helplessly. He carried her to the bed and covered her with the blanket. He did not leave her room and propped his head up to look at her. She did not sleep well. She turned over and pressed the side of her face against the pillow, squeezing out the flesh. Her legs came out from under the blanket and clamped the blanket. Xianxia smiled dotingly and was ready to sleep. She lifted the blanket and saw the gift bag from the Prime Minister. She was really a casual person. She took the gift out and saw that it was indeed a blue fairy. I had bought it at an auction in Denmark a long time ago. Such an expensive necklace was actually on her. She did not give it to Hua Zixing but gave it to Lu Shuang. He thought about how Mai wanted her to marry his brother and felt a little annoyed. He threw the gift box on the table. She was attracting bees and butterflies all day long. He should make her fattened up so that no one else would covet her except him. He hugged her in his arms and went to sleep. Lu Shuang woke up especially early that day. Thinking that he only had one day to train properly, he did not even want to sleep. He got out of bed and went to the bathroom to brush his teeth. Xianxia also opened his eyes. He had to send the Prime Minister and his wife off in the morning and could not sleep too much. He got out of bed and went to the bathroom. Lu Shuang was already coming out. He hugged her waist and kissed her on the forehead. I have to send the Prime Minister and his wife off in the morning. Come with me. Oh, no way. I woke up so early to play games, not to accompany you to send the Prime Minister off. All the cells in Lu Shuang's body were saying no. Xianxia saw that her eyebrows were knitted together and was in a good mood. You don't want to go? Then what do you mean? Lu Shuang tiptoed and kissed him on the cheek. That's it. Xianxia was obviously not satisfied. You haven't brushed your teeth. Lu Shuang said with disdain. Got it. Xianxia said and let go of Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang hurried out and turned on the computer. He logged into the game page and went to pick out clothes, put on makeup, ate breakfast and went shopping. When Xianxia came out she was shopping. He had no choice but to hug her shoulders and kiss her lips. The sweet smell of toothpaste rushed into her nose. She didn't forget what Xianxia wanted. She didn't want to be restrained and send him off. She responded to him and her red tongue entered his mouth, stirring his breath. He went deeper and his hand reached under her loose clothes. Chapter 577. She quickly moved away and changed the topic. I'm hungry. Xianxia's eyes shimmered as he said dotingly, I know, I didn't feed you properly yesterday. Lu Shuang was speechless. After all, she was already at the stage of maturing. She immediately understood what he was referring to. I'm really hungry. I'll only have the energy to work when I'm full, right? Lu Shuang smiled slyly. He thought that if she stalled for some time, he would have to leave because he had to send the Prime Minister and his wife off. Xianxia smiled. All right, let's have breakfast first. Do you want to eat downstairs or in the room? Oh yeah, Hua Zixing's sister came yesterday. Did you see her? I saw her and hid. She didn't see me. Lu Shuang grinned. I'll eat in the room. I don't have much in common with them. Be prepared. Hua Rui will be staying here for a few days, Xianxia reminded him. A few days? Then wouldn't she know that you and Hua Zixing are sleeping in separate rooms? Lu Shuang had a bad feeling about this. Her family knows about Hua Zixing's situation. They also know that we have an agreement to get married, Xianxia explained. But she doesn't know about our situation. You have to control yourself in the future. I'm your assistant. Do you understand? You'll die sooner if you show off your love, Lu Shuang reminded him. Xianxia smiled. I've told Hua Zixing about our relationship. We're business partners. Even if I didn't say it, she would have told her sister. Then tell Hua Zixing not to tell her sister. I'll be embarrassed. Lu Shuang became awkward. Got it. Wait for me in the room. Xianxia agreed and went out. He walked to Hua Zixing's door and knocked. Hua Zixing was already up. She had put on exquisite makeup and smiled when she saw Xianxia. Where's your sister? Xianxia asked. She won't wake up before 10 o'clock. She's still a child, Hua Zixing said gently. Xianxia entered her room. Hua Rui still doesn't know about my relationship with Lu Shuang, right? I didn't say that there's no need for trouble. She came here for a blind date with Xing Buhua, but Xing Buhua rejected her. She's not happy about it. After a month, she should be relieved and go back to Country M, Hua Zixing said gloomily. I didn't expect Xing Buhua to reject her. Now, with the influence of the Hua family in the M nation, it would be of great help to him if he got married. Moreover, you are the president's wife. Xianxia was also suspicious. Could it be that he has someone he likes or has a better target, or maybe he wants to try it out on his own? Hua Zixing guessed. I'm not sure. He appeared out of nowhere. Not only does he have no weaknesses, but there are also too many uncertain factors. Moreover, he entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is directly under my management. The people in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs used to be my confidants. My subordinates reported that he is unfathomable and very decisive. I have a feeling that he will become my #1 enemy. I have to be careful, Xianxia said solemnly. I'll send a few people from Phantom out to see his reaction? Hua Zixing asked. Give it a try. Don't show any flaws, Xianxia reminded. I know. Also, don't tell anyone about my relationship with Lu Shuang. Yin, Hua Zixing paused. Although the Nangong family is not as powerful as the Hua family in Country M, they are still a respectable family in Country M. In some ways the Hua family needs their support. Everyone's interests were tied together. This time it was her fault. But she got what she deserved. Now she has a fever and is lying in bed in a daze. I don't want it to happen again. If you want to prevent it from happening again, I'll arrange a blind date when she recovers and betroth her to a good man, Xianxia said solemnly. Hua Zixing wanted to say something but stopped. She couldn't possibly say that the agreement between her and Nangong Yu was for her to become his concubine. There's no rush. We'll talk about it after she recovers. I'll ask for her opinion and let you know when the time comes. Xianxia went to the kitchen and asked someone to send breakfast to his room. He went upstairs to check on Lu Shuang. She was already sitting in front of the computer playing games. Xianxia frowned. How old are you? Why are you still like a girl addicted to the internet? I'll play today if I have time. Aren't you going to have a military parade tomorrow? I won't be free anyway, Lu Shuang said as she stared at the computer. Xianxia sat next to her and looked at her deeply. Shuang, have you ever thought about marrying me? Lu Shuang felt that the topic was a little heavy. She had never thought about marrying him. Even during those 2 years, she knew very well that it was impossible for them to be together. I've dreamt about it, Lu Shuang said. She had really dreamt about marrying him and had woken up in shock. The corner of Xianxia's mouth twitched. He was satisfied with this answer. He rubbed Lu Shuang's head and said meaningfully, all right, go ahead and play. Make the most of your time. Lu Shuang didn't like it when he rubbed her head. She felt that he was like an elder. She was older than him. Well, she was just a few months older than him. She turned around and rubbed Xianxia's head. After messing up his hair, she smiled in satisfaction. Xianxia looked at the smile on her face. In the past, he hated it when people messed up his hair. Other than the hairdresser, no one else was allowed to touch it. However, even if she messed up his hair, he didn't care at all. His heart was filled with ripples. He lowered his head and covered her lips with his. Lu Shuang protested. This guy was doing it again. He was so annoying. What she didn't know was that the more she protested, the more he wanted it. He kissed her deeper and deeper. His hands went under her clothes, lifted her clothes and moved his kiss downwards. Lu Shuang could speak now. She resisted and said, I'm playing games. I'll die soon if you do this. He kissed her lips again deeply and said, do you want me to change the adjustment time to Tuesday? Yes. Lu Shuang immediately became soft. She wrapped her legs around his strong waist and said, give me another 300,000 yuan. Money can't last long. It'll be gone after buying a few things. Got it? He said dotingly and lowered his head to kiss her. The door was pushed open. Nangong Yu was standing at the door with a plate in her hand. Lu Shuang was shocked. When he realized that someone had come in, he immediately let go of Xianxia and crawled into the quilt. Chapter 578. Nangong Yu looked at Xianxia feeling wronged. It was one thing to know that he was with Lu Shuang, but it was another thing to see them kissing. In her mind, Xianxia was holy, noble and pure. He would never have sex with a woman casually. He looked evil but he was very clean. That was why he was deeply in her heart. But just now if she hadn't come in they might have had a fight. Whenever she thought of Xianxia and Lu Shuang having sex she would be extremely jealous. It was as if a fire was about to ignite her. She felt so uncomfortable that she was about to explode. Didn't you order someone to send breakfast up? Nangong Yu said in a strange tone. Her tone was very bad. Knock on the door? Get out. You're not the one to do this. Xianxia ordered coldly. Nangong Yu turned around. The more she thought about it, the angrier she became. She spat into every bowl and put the plates on the table. Lu Shuang popped his head out of the quilt and looked at the door suspiciously. He asked, does that woman like you? So I can't keep her here. I'll arrange a blind date in a few days and marry her off, Xianxia said in a low voice. You're quite nice to her. She can marry whoever she likes? Lu Shuang's eyes were sparkling. Then, if you hate me in the future, will you arrange a blind date for me too? Xianxia knocked her head hard and said through gritted teeth, you'd better not make me hate you. If I hate you, I promise that you will never find a man again, let alone a real gun. Then you're so evil. You don't want me anymore but you won't let me find someone else. What the hell is that? Besides, what is a real gun? Lu Shuang was annoyed. He dragged her in front of him and tore off his pants, telling her what was real. It was already half an hour later when they finished. Lu Shuang was angry. Wasn't this guy going to see the Prime Minister couple off? He was way too patient. In the end he made her want it, but he just wouldn't give it to her. She was furious. How could there be such a hateful person? The thought that he was disgusted with her and wanted to cut her off from other men made him even more vicious. When he was young he would look at it. When he was old he was right. Did you feel good just now? Xianxia asked after she came out of the shower. Lu Shuang rolled his eyes at him. Do you think it's possible for you to say this to a person who is about to starve to death? Xianxia, got it? I'll go get some food for you now. Xianxia walked out and saw the tray on the table. She picked it up and sent it to the kitchen. She ordered the chef, throw this away. Also, when I ask you to deliver food in the future, remember, don't let it go through anyone, not even the madam. Understand? The chefs looked at each other and nodded respectfully. Understood. Lu Shuang ate the breakfast that the chef sent over. It was a Hong Kong breakfast with delicious steamed seafood dumplings and rice noodle rolls. It was delicious with Chinese soy milk. She continued to play the game and tried her best to level up. After 3 hours she had reached level 8. Xianxia was quite reliable. She received a notification from the system that the 300000 had been transferred to her account. After finishing the game, she went to the mall to buy an awesome beast tamer transformation suit. It was very expensive, costing her 120,000 gold coins. However, after wearing the suit, her beast tamer combat value increased by 100, and her HP increased by 500. She only had 500 HP before. Her MP increased by 100, and her stamina recovery speed increased by 2. She went to buy a healing ring, a pair of gale boots to increase her escape speed, and a divine shield to reduce the damage taken by 20%. However, it was also very expensive. The shield cost her 50,000 gold coins. She bought 2 invincibility, 1 heal and 10 chicken nuggets. She only had 120 gold coins left. After buying it she went to the toilet. When she sat down she felt that there was something under her butt. She adjusted her position and found that there was still something. She stood up and looked at the blanket. She wondered if Xianxia had put something there, but it didn't seem right. She had been sitting there when she was playing the game. There was nothing there. She pulled the blanket away and screamed. She instinctively took 5 or 6 steps back. 2 grayish-brown snakes were entangled together with triangular heads. Although she couldn't tell what kind of snakes they were, she had some common sense. Triangular heads meant that they were poisonous snakes. There were 2 poisonous snakes in her room. She was scared to death. Once she was bitten by this thing she would be as good as dead. She rushed out of the room and grabbed the butler's hand. She said incoherently, "My room, there are 2 poisonous snakes in my room, on my bed. There might be more. It's so scary." "How is that possible?" The butler was shocked. He called for the 2 guards and went upstairs together. Yu screamed and ran out of the room. Snakes. There are snakes in my room. It's so scary." The butler's face darkened. He rushed to the president's room with his men. Yu's face was gloomy. She rushed to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang looked at Yu and ran away. "There are snakes in your pocket. Don't come over." "Ah." Yu screamed and ran to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang ran even faster. Fortunately, she had been training her body before and her sports fitness training had improved. Soon Yu was far behind. A few cars drove over. The car in the middle stopped abruptly. Xianxia got out of the car and caught up with Lu Shuang. He caught up to Lu Shuang, who was running wildly, and held her hand. He asked worriedly, "What's wrong?" "Xianxia, there are poisonous snakes in your room. There are so many of them. They are on my bed. It's disgusting. I want to leave. I don't want to stay here," Lu Shuang said with fear. She was not afraid of anything, but she was very disgusted when she climbed on those twisting snakes. Thinking of the 2 snakes on the bed, she had goosebumps all over her body. She even sat on the snake's body. Her whole body was uncomfortable and her whole body trembled. She found it very cold. "How is that possible? You said there are snakes in the president's room? There are people in the president's room to deal with them. There can't be snakes. They are poisonous snakes. They have triangular heads and brown bodies." Lu Shuang shrank his neck and made a triangle above his head with his hands. Xianxia gritted her teeth. Her eyes were fierce. She was covered in a cold and murderous aura. She ordered coldly, "Find out who it is. Throw them into the snake pit and let them suffer the consequences." Yes. Colonel Cheng could tell that the president was angry. He immediately got into the car and brought his men to the villa. Hua Zixing got out of the car worriedly. She had a bad feeling. She looked at Nangongyu in the distance. Chapter 579. He comforted Lu Shuang, but his voice was trembling and his eyes were slightly red. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. He glanced at Xianxia and met his seductive eyes. I think I'm really lucky. I was playing games and didn't notice the snakes in the room. When I found out, the snakes had already crawled into my blanket and didn't hurt me. The person who released the snakes wanted you to die in an accident. I don't believe that so many snakes appeared in the president's office all of a sudden, and they're poisonous snakes, Xianxia said with certainty. Lu Shuang was a little scared as he thought about it. She just ran out in her underwear. She didn't notice when she was running, but now that she had calmed down, she realized that it was really cold. Xianxia was too worried and didn't notice that she was wearing very little. After calming down, he realized it too. He took off his coat and wrapped it around her. Get in the car first. It's warm in the car, don't catch a cold. Lu Shuang tugged at his sleeve. I don't want to go back, there are snakes. Let's stay in the car first. Xianxia opened the car door and Lu Shuang got into the front passenger seat. As the driver, Colonel Qing had gone to the villa first. Xianxia sat in the driver's seat and turned on the heater, facing Lu Shuang. Hua Zixing got in the car with a heavy heart and sat in the back. Xianxia looked ahead coldly and asked, Zixing, if someone tried to murder you, what do you think they should do? Hua Zixing's heart skipped a beat. I think the person who released the snakes was just warning Xiaoshuang. If they really wanted to murder you, they wouldn't have used such an unexpected method. Who do you think it is? What kind of warning? Xianxia asked again, his tone even colder. Hua Zixing remained silent and didn't speak. Lu Shuang realized that something was wrong. He turned and looked at Hua Zixing. It's you? Of course not. I can't wait for you to stay in the president's office every day and be happy. Why would they use such a method to scare you away? Hua Zixing denied immediately. So, it's Nangongyu? Lu Shuang guessed again and frowned. I don't know. I don't dare to make any careless assertions. Hua Zixing had a troubled expression. Her eyes were misty, making her look lovely. Lu Shuang didn't have the heart to ask more questions. He said to Xianxia, after I rushed out of the room, Nangongyu also rushed out of her room and said that there were snakes in her room. When she ran towards me, I saw a snake in her pocket. Hua Zixing became even more worried. Yanhua is my younger sister. If she has done anything wrong, it's all my fault as her elder sister. I didn't restrain or regulate her behavior. If you want someone to fall into the snake pit to vent your hatred, then I'm willing to take her place. I'll teach my younger sister well. She's still young and has been taught by my father. My mother spoils him too much. Hua Zixing choked with sobs. Xianxia didn't drive the car. She looked ahead solemnly. Zixing, don't force me. A ruler doesn't go back on his words. I've already told my subordinates. I know. I did it willingly. I don't blame you. Hua Zixing's eyes turned red and tears flowed down. Lu Shuang couldn't bear to see it. He wanted to say that it was fine, but then he thought about how that person released a snake. It was a poisonous snake. She was lucky that she didn't get bitten. Otherwise she would have died. With her character of abhorring evil, she really couldn't let it go so easily. Xianxia was also silent for 3 seconds. Are you trying to force me onto the path of inhumanity and injustice? If I force my wife to fall into the snake pit, how will my subordinates look at me? How will the people outside look at me? You got a good reputation and saved your younger sister, but I'll be called a tyrant. Besides, it wasn't your fault in the first place. I can't punish you. Hua Rue is my mother's most beloved daughter. If you do this, they'll definitely hate you, Hua Zixing reminded. Aren't you also your mother's most beloved daughter? Xianxia glanced at her coldly. A gentleman's mistakes are the same as his fate. She released the snake to harm others, so she should have known that this would happen. Also, the person who released the snake shouldn't be your younger sister. What? If it's not my younger sister, who could it be? Hua Zixing's eyes were filled with hope. Xianxia's lips curled up. Nangongyu. Hua Zixing's eyes dimmed again. She frowned. I already warned her yesterday. How could it still be her? So, she definitely can't stay in the president's residence anymore, Xianxia said with certainty. She started the car. A complicated look flashed across Hua Zixing's eyes. She had been by Xianxia's side for 3 years. Xianxia's judgment had never been wrong. Yin, I think you know Nangongyu's identity. She's the third daughter of the Nangong family. Although the Nangong family isn't as powerful and influential as the Hua family, They're still considered a tyrant in Country M. Nangong, you came to Country A with me. Her parents have high hopes for her. If you let her die in Country A, I'm worried that her parents will punish you and pressure the Hua family. So? Xianxia asked. It didn't matter at all. If the Hua family doesn't give me an explanation, he'll definitely sue the president. Although the president is my father's brother, the Hua family and the Xiang family are fighting fiercely. If the president doesn't pressure the Hua family, the Xiang family will have an excuse to impeach the Hua family. The Nangong family will also side with the Xiang family. This will shake the Hua family's power, and the Hua family's power will be smaller. How can they support you? These are all mutually reinforcing relationships. Yin, please think twice, Hua Zixing said anxiously. Xianxia stepped off the car. Lu Shuang's heart tightened. She didn't understand politics, but she could still understand what Hua Zixing said. These were all deeply intertwined relationships. If she were to make a move, it would affect the foundation. It seemed that this matter would be left unsettled. She was still a little disappointed. However, compared to power, she was as light as a feather. She must guard against Nangong Yu in the future. Otherwise, she would die before she could take revenge. Xianxia held Lu Shuang's hand firmly, as if she was giving him a promise. Lu Shuang looked at Xianxia in surprise. Their eyes met and he saw her disappointment. He didn't want her to be disappointed again. After she left, he blamed himself every day. If he could have loved her a little more, would she have been reluctant to leave him? He turned around and looked at Hua Zixing coldly. So, Nangong Yu's matter must not be spread to Country M. You understand, Hua Zixing? What? Hua Zixing was terrified. Xianxia's gaze made her panic. Her life is a life. My woman's life is more precious in my eyes. So, Nangong Yu's life is mine, Xianxia said with certainty. Lu Shuang's heart trembled violently. It was as if he had been hit by something. His eyes were locked and his mind went blank for a few seconds. Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 580. Do we really have to do that? You're not such an irrational person. If Nangong Yu dies, it won't just affect the Hua family, it'll affect you too. Your position is already in danger. Hua Zixing looked at Xianxia in disbelief. Xianxia curled her lips and said nonchalantly, if the Nangong family wants to betray us, I guarantee that they'll disappear from America within a year. Hua Zixing lowered her head. Her long eyelashes covered her face, hiding the strange emotions in her eyes. Lu Shuang didn't want Xianxia to ruin herself for her. If that happened, she would feel guilty and uneasy for the rest of her life. I have an idea. What is it? Hua Zixing looked at Lu Shuang with hope. If it was really Nangong Yu who did it, I think she's only so fearless because she's from the Nangong family. If I don't punish her properly, I'll probably die again. I cherish my life and I don't want to die yet, Lu Shuang said. Hua Zixing didn't expect him to say this in front of Xianxia. It was the complete opposite of what she had expected. Shouldn't she be begging for mercy for Nangong Yu? All the female leads on TV acted like that. But if she dies, it'll be hard to explain. After all, in the eyes of the Hua family and the Nangong family, I'm as insignificant as a feather. Besides, I'm not dead yet. Why should their daughter die? They feel it's unfair and angry. If I were Nangong Yu's parents, I wouldn't be able to take it lying down, Lu Shuang said. He continued. Hua Zixing's hope was reignited. She looked at Lu Shuang and reminded him, if Nangong Yu is hurt, it'll cause a political war. Send her back to America and tell the Nangong family what she did. That way they'll feel guilty and I'll be safe, Lu Shuang said. This time she was being merciful. For the sake of too many emotions that she couldn't even understand. No, Xiaoyu won't be able to take it lying down. She knows about your relationship with Yen. If she casually criticizes you on the internet, it'll be a huge blow to Yen. Those people in the political arena love to make groundless accusations. Hua Zixing stopped her. Lu Shuang shrugged. She didn't know what to do, so she pursed her lips and didn't say anything. Xianxia's fingers tapped on the steering wheel, a sharp glint in his eyes. Hua Zixing, you understand. Nangong Yu can't return to the country. I can't let her off for bullying my woman. Hua Zixing wanted to say something but stopped. If I can't even protect her, how can I answer to the Nangong family? Can you give me some face and not kill her? Why don't you help me think of a way to not kill her, but to punish her and keep her from returning to China? Xianxia asked coldly. Hua Zixing clenched her fists and lowered her head. Xianxia drove. Hua Zixing said slowly, if it's confirmed that she did it, prepare 10 non-poisonous snakes and put them in the vat. Let her stay in the vat for 10 minutes as punishment. I will warn her again. If she does it again, I won't give her another chance. She won't do it again, Xianxia said with certainty. He stopped at the door and looked at the pale Nangongyu sharply. Nangongyu walked over and said to Xianxia, "It's so scary. There's a snake in the room. I was almost bitten." Xianxia opened the car door and got out of the car. He looked down at her. "You came out of the room. You're wearing quite a lot." "I was about to come out for dinner and saw the snake by the bed," Nangongyu explained. Hua Zixing also got out of the car and looked at Nangongyu with a complicated gaze. "Really? I heard that there were snakes in your pocket too?" Xianxia scrutinized her eyes. "Yeah, I was scared to death. A snake even crawled into my pocket," Nangongyu said in fear. "Which pocket? Where's the snake now?" Nangongyu paused. "I don't know. I crawled and the snake bit me, so I ran for my life. I don't know where the snake went when I was running." "Colonel Qing," Xianxia shouted. Colonel Qing came out of the room respectfully. Hua Rui and her old servant came out of the room and walked to Hua Zixing. "Sister, what's going on? They said there were snakes in the room. This has nothing to do with you, right?" Hua Zixing asked in a low voice. Hua Rui shook her head. "I don't know what happened." Hua Zixing nodded and didn't say anything else. She sighed with a terrible expression. "Check her pocket," Xianxia ordered. Colonel Qing obeyed and searched Nangongyu's pocket. Xianxia saw the tape on Nangongyu's pocket and looked at her coldly. "What else do you have to say?" What else? I don't understand what you mean, President." Nangongyu said in a panic. She moved closer to Hua Zixing and asked for her help. "Are you still going to argue? What is the tape used for?" "We just need to get it checked by the forensics department," Xianxia said coldly. Nangongyu's face was ashen. "What does it have to do with me? I don't know anything." Xianxia sneered. Although he didn't like Nangongyu's face, he knew how she felt about him. He usually ignored her for Hua Zixing's sake. But now that she had hurt his woman, he couldn't let her go. "Do you need me to tell you how you did it?" Nangongyu clenched her fists. "You drugged the snake and put it in your pocket. But you didn't know when the snake would wake up, and you were worried that it would bite you when you grabbed it. So, you used the tape to secure the snake in your pocket and exposed its head. When you wanted to use it, you could easily grab its head. If you want to prove it, I think there are your fingerprints on the tape in your pocket," Xianxia said confidently. Nangongyu staggered 2 steps back. Xianxia confirmed his thoughts from her reaction. He narrowed his eyes and continued, "The reason why you did this, I think it's because of the second-hand preparations you made. If Lu Shuang was bitten to death by the snake in the room, you didn't have to do anything. If Lu Shuang wasn't bitten to death in the room, he would definitely rush out when he found the snake. Then, you pretended that there was a snake in the room and chased after Lu Shuang. You held the snake's head in your pocket and made sure that it bit Lu Shuang. But you didn't expect Lu Shuang to find out that there was a snake in your pocket. You also didn't expect Lu Shuang to run away so fast." Nangongyu saw that she could not quibble, so she simply did not quibble. She raised her chin and said, "Yes, I did it. Ever since this woman came, how cold have you been to Madame? This woman is simply a femme fatale. If the president is with her, he will definitely be killed by her. So, for Madame and the president, I must kill her. Only when she is dead will the president have nothing to worry about." Chapter 581. Xiaoyu, don't talk nonsense. Lu Shuang has only been here for 2 days. I haven't been left out. Yesterday, Lu Shuang saved the prime minister and averted a crisis. How could you do such a thing? Hua Zixing said. "Madam, don't lie to yourself. I saw them when I went to the president's room to deliver breakfast this morning." Hua Zixing slapped Nangongyu before she could finish her sentence. "Nonsense. You were lying in bed with a fever this morning. I was the one who took care of you. How could you go to the president's room? Nangongyu, what are you trying to do?" Hua Zixing said angrily. Her hands were trembling. Nangongyu covered her flushed face and looked at Hua Zixing in disbelief. She saw the anger and warning in Hua Zixing's eyes and her hostility disappeared. She pursed her lips and lowered her head. She said softly, "I did this for the president and madam. I didn't do anything wrong. Yin Xiaoyu is mine. She made a mistake, so I'll teach her a lesson. Is that okay?" Hua Zixing said gently. Xianxia nodded. Hua Zixing brought Nangongyu to her room. Hua Rui and his maid immediately followed. Lu Shuang stayed in the car thoughtfully and didn't get out. Xianxia opened the door, sat in the driver's seat and said, "You don't have to worry. This kind of thing won't happen again in the future. The bedding in your room and mine will be changed, and every corner of the room will be cleaned again to make sure that there are no snakes left. Snakes are timid. Snakes are timid animals. As long as you don't provoke them, they won't bite. Xianxia, don't you think that we were wrong first? We've gone too far. Hua Zixing is a generous and gentle woman. To be honest, you really shouldn't let her down. Lu Shuang said whatever was on his mind. Xianxia frowned and held her chin to make her face him. She said sternly with a commanding tone, "We've already talked about this. I don't want to bring it up again. I don't want to repeat my relationship with Hua Zixing. So, don't say these things again. Don't even think about it. You know it, I know it, but others don't. Don't forget who you are. The mistakes you make will be magnified. You might even lose your life because of a small thing." Lu Shuang also said seriously. Xianxia paused for a moment, and her eyes flashed with surprise. "Are you concerned about me?" Lu Shuang's mind was in a mess. He turned his face away, flipped his hair, and pondered. She didn't know if it was because she cared about him, but she felt that it wasn't right. She looked at him and said, "Hua Zixing is right. You and the Hua family are in the same boat. You both share the same interests. Hua Zixing might not care about my existence, but her family would definitely feel sad for her. Because of politics, a beautiful woman sacrificed her happiness. I promised her that after everything was settled, I would let her return to the man she loved. But she didn't sever ties with the man she loved in your marriage. The two of you know that it's a fake marriage, but others don't know. If I'm by your side, it'll be dangerous for you every minute. If you're not by my side, every minute is torture for me," Xianxia interrupted him and said. Lu Shuang paused for a moment, and there was a strange feeling in his heart. Xianxia couldn't really love her, could she? It was unimaginable. Her figure wasn't the best, her looks weren't the best, and her family background wasn't the best. Even her brain was barely passable. "Your brain must have been caught in the door," Lu Shuang blurted out. Xianxia patted Lu Shuang's head and said helplessly, "That's the only way I can be a match made in heaven with you." She could tell that he was scolding her, but she didn't know why she couldn't get angry at this moment. Her mind was in a mess and she couldn't think. "I want some peace and quiet." She pushed the car door open and got out. It was much colder outside than in the car. She gathered her clothes and then remembered that she was still wearing Xianxia's coat. Wasn't this too ostentatious? She got into the car again and took off her coat for Xianxia. "Get out of the car and let me be alone in the car. When we get back, ask the housekeeper to send me a down jacket. Put it on, don't catch a cold. I'm stronger than you." Xianxia threw the coat to Lu Shuang, opened the door, got out of the car and went to the villa. She wrapped herself in Xianxia's coat, and smelled the familiar scent on his body. She leaned on the car frame and stared at the President Palace. She and Xianxia thought that it was a mistake. 5 years ago she went on a blind date and she was set up by Su Jiran, that pervert. She and Xianxia slept together and there was no first time. Thinking about it this way, with Xianxia's wealth and intelligence, it was not easy for Su Jiran to set him up. He probably beat him at his own game. In the next 3 years she lived a life of a monk. Although no man chased after her and she could not find a boyfriend, she never thought that she could have a relationship with Xianxia. At that time she was young and energetic and loved to play. When she finally got drunk and made up her mind to have sex, she did not expect that she would have sex with Xianxia. No, she did not expect it, but it was all under Xianxia's control. Moreover, he deliberately made her pregnant. She stayed by Xianxia's side for Baya. She was unwilling, humiliated, forced, helpless, and rejected. During the 2 years she spent with Xianxia, she treated him as a cage, and every day she thought about escaping. Including this time when she came back, the first thing she thought about when she saw Xianxia was revenge. After revenge she still wanted to leave. She did not like him and she had never liked him. But, if Xianxia really loved her, he would do something for her, and she was quite touched. After all, in her impression he was arrogant, difficult to get along with, selfish and cold-blooded. She was also touched when he said that he was willing to offend his political partners for her. Now she was not young anymore and there was no longer a pure love. When looking at a suitable man, first of all she looked at his appearance, whether she could accept him or not, and then looked at his character, temper, personality, hobbies, behavior, past experience, and then looked at his income, real estate, and finally, his parents and relatives. After passing all these, she would not easily give all her feelings. She would try to get along with him and feel that he was good to her and she might be happy with him, then she would start to fall in love seriously. But she also started to fall in love seriously. It was not like when she was young, when she saw a handsome man, she would fall in love passionately, without considering anything else, including her future life and sustainable development. Her reason told her that she and Xianxia could not be together, so she had never given her feelings to him, and she felt a little burdened. Chapter 582. Don't you think you're stupid enough? Xianxia's voice could be heard. Lu Shuang raised her head and looked at him. She blushed at the thought of what he had said earlier on. She felt that it was not a good thing to be in such a strange mood right now. She purposely took a deep breath and curled her lips. I'm very smart, all right. I've known you for almost 16 years, but I really didn't realize that. Xianxia did not hold back at all. Lu Shuang could not help but roll his eyes. Didn't he say that he liked her? It seemed like she was overthinking again. This guy always knew how to make fun of her. She locked the car door. Xianxia? He could not open the car door. He frowned slightly. Stop fooling around. If you don't play the game, the bug will be gone the day after tomorrow. All right. She sighed. It was better for her to play the game. It was not so troublesome. From Monday onwards, there were still many things waiting for her to do. Lu Shuang unlocked the car door. Xianxia threw her down jacket into the car and closed the door. Lu Shuang changed into his down jacket and opened the car door from the other side. It was cold. This winter was colder than usual, wasn't it? Xianxia walked toward her. Lu Shuang took a deep breath. Nangongyou is quite unlucky. She was out the moment I came. One must always be wary of others. One must never have the intention to harm others. She coveted something that she shouldn't covet. Besides, she is not a good person. She deserved it. Xianxia's eyes were cold. But if I didn't come back, you wouldn't have these troubles, right? Lu Shuang asked. Xianxia hugged her waist and pulled her to his side. He said with certainty, don't doubt it. You being overseas is the biggest trouble for me. Lu Shuang stared at him and was stunned for a moment. She elbowed his stomach. Let go of me. Don't you know to keep a low profile? Is it appropriate to be hugging like this in public? Those who are here are all my confidants. Don't worry. Warui, right? Nangongyou, right? Lu Shuang pointed at the sky. Satellite? All right, I got it. He just couldn't help but want to hug her, as if hugging her would make him feel at ease. This was a kind of addiction. He let go of her and walked in front. Let's go. I'll play games with you. You're the president who has a lot of things to deal with every day. Why do you feel that I'm a femme fatale when you play games with me? Lu Shuang was thinking and talking to himself. When Xianxia heard that, he looked at her and smiled. It has nothing to do with you. I haven't had a single day of rest in the 6 months that you weren't around. Weekends are supposed to be my break time and I want to relax too. Moreover, this game is my salary to begin with. You helped me test it and discovered that I'll give you a bonus later. Really? Lu Shuang's guilt suddenly disappeared after hearing what he said. There was not a trace of it left. Xianxia looked at her smile. I'll give you 2 choices. 1, I'll give you 3 million and you can buy whatever jewelry you want. 2, I'll listen to you in bed for a month. Then I choose the first option, he. Lu Shuang said sneakily. Little miser. Xianxia said dotingly and poked her forehead lightly. She was older than him, so she poked his forehead too. Big miser. That's why we're a match made in heaven. Xianxia said with a smile and held her hand. She put her hand behind her back. Xianxia did not force her and brought her back to the room. The room was cleaned in a short while. The bedsheets and quilts were all changed. Lu Shuang glanced at the room and felt a chill in his heart. Are you sure that all the snakes have been cleared out? Don't worry. Don't forget that snakes are cold-blooded animals and need to hibernate. So they're easier to catch and they're not aggressive, Xianxia explained. No wonder those 2 snakes didn't attack me. Instead, they burrowed into my blanket. That Nangongyou really is a little stupid. Hee. Lu Shuang rejoiced. It was just a false alarm and he could still chase Nangongyou away. To be honest, he did not like Nangongyou, who was always against her. It was a blessing in disguise. In Hua Zixing's room, Nangongyou knelt on the ground and begged, Madam, you have to save me. I did it for you. Lu Shuang is too much. He seduced the president in broad daylight. I told you to stop targeting Lu Shuang. Stop targeting Lu Shuang. Why didn't you listen? Hua Zixing was annoyed and raised her voice. I can't stand it anymore. Lu Shuang is such a bully. He deserves to be punished for being such an arrogant mistress. I was supposed to be foolproof. Nangongyou was indignant. Foolproof? Where did you get the snake from? It's winter now and snakes need to hibernate. Even if you wake the snake up, it will be lazy and want to sleep. Why would it attack people? Hua Zixing said angrily. The snakes were given to me by Imo. Nangongyou looked at the maid beside Huarui. The maid walked forward and knelt on the ground. She lowered her head but said calmly, Miss Nangong asked me to get a few snakes. She wanted them to be poisonous. I didn't dare to disobey her order. Huarui, did you know about this? Hua Zixing looked at Hua Rui. Mrs. Sleeping. I didn't tell her, Mo said. That's nonsense, Mo. You're so old. I didn't expect you to not only not stop little you but also follow her. There are so many poisonous snakes in the presidential palace. Someone must have done it. You must have thought of it, Hua Zixing blamed Mo. I didn't expect Miss Nangong to use it to kill people. I thought she wanted to play. I'm sorry. I won't make this mistake again, Mo said with her head lowered. Sister, don't be angry at Mo. Mo can only listen to Miss Nangong's orders. Moreover, if Mo refuses, Miss Nangong can still find someone else to get the snakes. Moreover, she obviously did it when you weren't here. Hua Rui spoke up for her. Mo. Hua Zixing understood that Nangong you did it on purpose when she wasn't here. The president is very angry now. How do you think we should calm him down? I won't do it again, Nangong you said with a pale face. Xianxia said that you won't have another chance, Hua Zixing said. He wants to send me back to China? Then wouldn't I have wasted 3 years of my youth here? What would my father think of me? What would my mother think of me? Nangong you stood up agitatedly. That's why I told you not to act rashly. If I didn't act rashly, would I still have another chance? You've always said that you would make arrangements for me. You've said that for almost 3 years. Where did you arrange for me? I saw that you and that Lu Shuang have an elder sister and a younger sister. You're very close. You don't want to arrange for me at all, Nangong you complained. Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 583. Didn't I arrange anything for you? Every time Xianxia gets drunk, you're the one who accompanies her. Every time Xianxia falls asleep, you're the one who's disappointing. Hua Zixing stood up angrily. I'm disappointing. Alright, send me back. I don't want to stay here anymore. However, you have to think carefully. After I go back, I will definitely expose the relationship between Xianxia and Lu Shuang. I will ask my father to seek justice for me. I won't let you have it easy either. I don't believe that the power of my Nangong family will always be the same. I don't believe that the Nangong family's power will always be half-hearted, Nangong you said confidently. Hua Zixing's eyes gradually turned cold. She took a deep breath. She was as calm as the surface of a lake in winter. I understand. But I have to explain to the president. Xiaoyu, I'll have to trouble you first. What trouble? Nangong you asked domineeringly. Snakes hibernate in winter. I'll prepare 10 non-poisonous snakes. You just have to stay in the tank for a while and let Xianxia take a look, Hua Zixing said gently. Why should I do that? I didn't do anything wrong, Nangong you rejected her. Think about it in my room. I'll come in later. Hua Zixing walked towards the door and closed it. She asked 2 guards to stand guard at the door. She went up to the 3rd floor and looked at her plants. Hua Rui and Mo followed her up. Sister, what's going on? Hua Rui understood the gist of it and wanted to verify it. Xiao Rui, remember you can't tell anyone about this, Hua Zixing said solemnly. Is Lu Shuang really brother-in-law's lover? Hua Rui asked again. Xianxia and I have an arranged marriage. You know my health condition. Back then the Hua family was suppressed by the Xiang family. The Xiang family was getting more and more powerful. Although my marriage to Xianxia can improve the Hua family's reputation, Xianxia can also request the Hua family to provide the weapons provided by the M family. However, the Hua family still needed a strong military backing, and that was the Nangong family. I looked for Nangong Yu and specially arranged for Nangong Yu and Xianxia to meet. Nangong Yu fell in love with Xianxia at first sight. I told Nangong Yu about my body's condition. I wanted Nangong Yu to become Xianxia's woman and give birth to Xianxia's child. Her child would be the future president of country A. Because of this, I am infertile, Hua Zixing explained. Brother-in-law doesn't like Nangong Yu, so he found another woman. That's why Nangong Yu got angry and poisoned that woman. Hua Rui understood. I've been with Xianxia for 3 years, and he has never touched any other woman except for Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang's position cannot be shaken by anyone, and I've been looking for an opportunity. We can only wait. Hua Zixing said. Then that woman really can't live. Only when she dies will the person arranged by my sister have a chance, Hua Rui analyzed. Xiao Rui, just keep this to yourself. Don't do anything, understand? Hua Zixing held Hua Rui's shoulder and reminded her. Hua Rui pursed her lips and didn't say a word. You just need to capture Xing Buhua, promise me? Hua Zixing needed Hua Rui's promise. Xing Buhua didn't even come to see me. He's very difficult to deal with, Hua Rui said dejectedly. To many men in power, it doesn't matter who they marry. Moreover, you have stunning looks and a healthy body. What they need is power behind their backs, power that can bring them to a higher level. Xing Buhuo might just be baiting you. I'll arrange a banquet so that you can meet him as soon as possible. When you meet him, you must hold him firmly in the palm of your hand. Tomorrow I will let the people from Phantom train you. Go buy more clothes in the afternoon. I will transfer the money to your card later. Hua Zixing said. Sister, I'm worried about you. You're so perfect, Hua Rui said, her heart aching. Hua Zixing smiled bitterly. I'm not in good health. I can't even fulfill the responsibilities of a woman. How can I be considered perfect? Medical science is so advanced now. They'll definitely be able to take good care of you. When that time comes, you'll have brother-in-law in your hands. I took a look at that Lu Shuang just now. His looks and temperament aren't as good as yours. But she has a bright life. When I'm with her, I can feel that she's full of life and vitality. She's generous, lazy, and carefree. This kind of personality is very attractive to men, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Sister, Hua Rui called out. Hua Zixing smiled and said, It's a pity that she doesn't understand men. I'm just waiting for the right time. There's no rush. Haste makes waste. I know what to do. Hua Rui nodded. Ever since she was young, her sister had always been the most reassuring one. What about Nangongyu? She's a little too arrogant. If we let her go, it'll be very disadvantageous to the Hua family, Hua Rui analyzed. Hua Zixing's smile remained unchanged. Xuanhuan is the smartest person I've ever met. His strategizing and strategies are at the peak of perfection. What do you mean? Hua Rui didn't understand. Nangongyu, don't even think about going back to America in this lifetime, Hua Zixing said with certainty. She looked at Imo and said, Please prepare 10 snakes. They don't have any poison. Once they're ready, I'll invite the president. Yes. Asterisk Lu Shuang was having a lot of fun when there was a knock on the door. Xuanhuan's eyes sharpened. He walked to the door and opened it. Mo nodded and said respectfully, President, Madam is asking for you. He replied. When he turned around, Lu Shuang's gaze was still on the computer. Some things were too cruel. He didn't want her to come into contact with them. It was good enough that he could help her vent her anger. He walked out of the door and entered Hua Zixing's room. I'm ready. I know what to do, Hua Zixing said gently to Xuanhuan. Xuanhuan nodded. You've worked hard. Hua Zixing looked at Nangongyu and said gently, Go in. Nangongyu pursed her lips and looked into the vat. The snakes were twisting together. Although their movements were slow, it was disgusting to look at. Go in, Hua Zixing said again. Nangongyu took a deep breath. I don't want to. No one wants to. You should have thought of no one when you released the poisonous snakes. Xuanhuan said coldly. He bent his arm and looked at the time. He was a little impatient. I still have something to do. Don't waste my time. Hua Zixing looked at Mo and nodded. Mo carried Nangongyu. Let go of me. You dare? If you throw me in, I'll tell my father and he'll kill you, Nangongyu shouted. Mo threw her into the vat. Ah. Nangongyu screamed and wanted to run out. Cover it, Hua Zixing said. She couldn't bear to watch and turned around. Chapter 584. Nangongyu screamed and knocked on the lid. Let her out in 10 minutes? You know what to do next. Thank you, Xuanhuan said in a low voice. She turned and walked out of Hua Zixing's room. Sister, did he treat you like this before? Hua Rui felt that it was unfair. He is being polite to me, but he is even more distant to others. He is that kind of person, so don't feel sad and don't feel that it is unfair. The more powerful the Hua family is, the more he will not look down on me. Hua Zian said softly, revealing a smile, telling Hua Rui that she was fine. The more she acted like this, the more Hua Rui felt sorry for her. Sister, you're worth better. What I have has always been the best. Alright, it's going to be too bloody. Go back with Mo first. Don't come here for a few days. I'll inform you when I'm done arranging the banquet, Hua Zixing said gently. I think Nangongyu will hate you too. She won't serve you well. I'll ask Mo to stay here. If you need anything, just tell her, Hua Rui said worriedly. There's no need. There's a maid at home. I'll get her to do it if I need anything. Don't worry, go back quickly. Remember, don't say anything you see or hear here. You won't go either, Hua Zixing reminded. Mo nodded to show respect. Hua Rui left Hua Zixing reluctantly. When the 10 minutes were up, Hua Zixing opened the lid. Nangongyu had torn off all the snakes. Her hands and legs were bitten by the snakes. Her body was covered in blood, but she didn't know if it was hers or the snakes. She looked at Hua Zixing with hatred and said sternly, Hua Zixing, you're a coward. When I go back, I won't let you off. Hua Zixing clapped her hands and 2 guards walked in. Take her away. Take good care of her. I don't want anything to happen to her. Hua Zixing, what do you mean? Nangong Yu saw the 2 guards walking towards her. Xiaoyu, it doesn't matter if you believe me or not, I've always treated you as a sister. You're too impatient and don't use your brain. Unfortunately, you can't accompany me to the end. Nangong Yu's face paled. Do you want to kill me? Hua Zixing shook her head and looked at Nangong Yu pitifully. I've said it before, I've always treated you like a sister. As long as I'm alive, I'll keep you safe. Perhaps it's good for you to calm down and give me some time. I'll save you. What do you mean? Hua Zixing, what do you mean by that? Nangong Yu grabbed Hua Zixing's shoulder in a flustered manner. You shouldn't have touched her. She's Xinyian's Achilles heel. I've talked to Xinyian about the pros and cons. The Nangong family, the Hua family, and the Xin family are bound by benefits. But he won't let you off. I'm sorry, Xiaoyu. Hua Zixing looked at the guards. Take her away. Seeing this, Nangong Yu knew that she was going to be unlucky. She had to return to the country and seek her father's protection. She grabbed the fruit knife on the coffee table and rushed towards Hua Zihua. But before she could touch Hua Zihua, she was kicked by Hua Zihua. Nangong Yu fell to the ground and was caught by the guards. Nangong Yu looked at Hua Zixing in astonishment. She didn't know that Hua Zixing knew martial arts. Wasn't Hua Zixing in poor health and congenital heart disease? How could she know martial arts? And it didn't seem like her level was low. Nangong Yu was so shocked that she couldn't say a word. She was taken away. In the past 2 days, Baya locked herself in the library to mark the papers, and she was in a daze. Xing Buhua finished his work and prepared to go to Baya's place to help. When he walked out of his room, Xing Shang stood in front of him and looked at him. Xing Buhua called out, Dad. Dad, I hope you know what your responsibility is, Xing Shang said sincerely. Of course I'll always remember it, Xing Buhua said with a smile. You've been to Baya's place too many times recently. It's about time you get in touch with Hua Rui. After all, there's only a year until the next presidential election. It's urgent, Xing Shang reminded him. Xing Buhua chuckled and said with certainty, I'm afraid the Hua family will be in trouble soon. I'm the one they want to curry favor with. I don't need to waste any effort. What do you mean? Are you talking about Xinyian's downfall? The Hua family has its own foundation. We need the M Nation's support. I just found out from Baya that Xinyian has a beloved woman by his side. He offended the Nangong family for this woman. If the Nangong family joins the Xiang family, do you think the Hua family will still be able to stand in the M Nation? The Xiang family is stronger than the Hua family. The Xiang family's weapons are the best. The Hua family is just relying on the fact that they are a relative of the royal family. I'm afraid there will be an earth-shattering coup in the M Nation soon, Xing Buhua guessed. If that happens, I'm afraid Xinyian's position as president will be gone. Our biggest competitors are Xuanhuan and Su Zheng. Xuanhuan? Xing Buhua laughed. A sinister look flashed across his eyes. I won't let that old fox go. Are you sure he's related to your brother's matter? Xing Shang understood the meaning behind Xing Buhua's words. It should be him, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. How's your brother now? Xing Shang asked. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened. His expression was heavy, concealing his complicated emotions. He's still the same. Since you're sure that the Xiang family will rise, you should keep in contact with them. I remember the Xiang family has 2 female concubines who are at the age of marriage trial. They're not as stunning as Hua Rui, but they're passable and talented, Xing Shang reminded. Annoyance flashed across Xing Buhua's eyes. He curled his lips to hide his true emotions. I know what to do. As for Baya's side, you just need to be moderate. You don't have to go there every day. In terms of diplomacy, they used to be Xinyian's people. You should focus on this aspect and keep in contact with them. Xing Buhua said perfunctorily, I know what I'm doing. Also, I've received insider news that Xinyian is going to have a military parade before the new year. I'm not sure of his motive, Xing Shang said worriedly. Xing Buhua had already seen through it. I didn't expect Xinyian to be an infatuated man. I couldn't tell it all before this. I thought he had no weakness. If he has a weakness, it'll be easier to deal with him. You're so secretive. You can't even tell me, Xing Shang said helplessly. I don't want you to worry about things that I can handle. You're old and can enjoy your remaining years, Xing Buhua said with a smile. He pushed Xing Shang downstairs. Dad, I'm going out. Chapter 585. Xing Buhua didn't even turn back. He raised his hand above his head and waved. Then he got into the car and drove away. His brother's woman? That made him feel uncomfortable. He stopped the car by the roadside and pinched his nose. Twins were very strange. They had the same looks, DNA, and even telepathy. His father was worried that someone would hurt them, so he was taken away by Xianxia the moment he was born. Other than Xianxia and his father, his mother didn't know about it. As expected, his family was wiped out. His brother survived because he was lucky. He knew about Gu Lingqing's existence a long time ago. He also knew that Gu Lingqing was his twin brother. Because they had the same looks, he was worried that it would cause a commotion and some people would speculate. It was also for his brother's growth that he chose to work in the black operation. Not many people had seen him and he had never returned to China. If he didn't know that something had happened to his brother, he wouldn't have returned to China. When he was investigating his brother's death, he found out that Xin Ao and Xing Dongqing were the murderers. He knew that he shouldn't have, but he liked Baiya the first time he saw her. It wasn't the first time either. She had been appearing in his dreams for 5 years. She would appear a few times a month. His phone rang, interrupting his thoughts. Xing Buhua glanced at the caller ID and answered the call with a heavy heart. Did you find anything? Not yet. Hua Zixing is very cautious. She chased me and her sister away. Also, the security is very tight. I couldn't get any information, MOMO reported. You've done a good job this time. I will reward you. It's all because of your good leadership and the perfect plan. I don't dare to take credit, MOMO said humbly. You deserve it. Since we can't find out where Nangong Yu is locked up, let's get her brother here. It'll be good for Xinyan to get busy, Xing Buhua ordered. Why don't we just expose the relationship between Xinyan and Lu Shuang? In that case, Xinyan will suffer a great blow, suggested MOMO. Xing Buhua lowered his eyes and the image of Baiya flashed across his mind. She asked him to protect Lu Shuang. He knew that Lu Shuang was very important to her. Since he had agreed, he didn't want Lu Shuang to die with Xinyan. He was afraid that Baiya wouldn't forgive him if she found out the truth one day. Do you have direct evidence to prove that they are related? Xing Buhua asked coldly. Nope. But Hua Zixing admitted it. Hua Zixing is unusually calm and rational. Besides, she knows the big picture. She's definitely not what you see. When Xinyan is pushed to the forefront because of Lu Shuang, she will definitely side with Xinyan. Moreover, Xinyan can become the president because he controls the media. Most of them don't have concrete evidence, so it's hard for them to make an impact on him, Xing Buhua analyzed. I get it. I'll use our diplomatic skills to get Nangong Yu's brother to visit, MOMO reported. Okay. Xing Buhua hung up the phone and looked at the rearview mirror. A light flashed across his eyes and he sped up. A car behind him sped up as well. He sped up and drove up the mountain. The car also drove up the mountain. When they reached the top, Xing Buhua stopped the car. The car followed closely behind. Xing Buhua leaned against the car door and lit a cigarette. The smoke lingered in the air. Qiu Ting got out of the car and ran to Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua, where are you going? Xing Buhua blew a puff of smoke at her and looked at her lazily. He said indifferently, does it have anything to do with you? You're going to see Baiya, right? Qiu Ting said hatefully. Her eyes were filled with jealousy, hatred, and hostility. Xing Buhua frowned and put his hand on the car. He became more arrogant. I'm going to see Hua Rui. I heard that she's trying her best to see me. She's a famous beauty in Country M. I'm going to meet her. What? You're going to marry Hua Rui? Qiu Ting was not calm anymore. In terms of looks, it's not a bad idea to marry her. As for the rest, I have to look at other aspects. After all, I have many choices now. Today, my father is going to introduce me to the daughter of the Xiang family. I can give it a try, Xing Buhua said. How did you become like this? Shameless. Qiu Ting said angrily. Her eyes were red. Qiu Ting, I hope you understand that I'm going to be the president in the future. My wife will be chosen by a famous family. I'm still thinking about which family, but this won't change. It's impossible between you and me, Xing Buhua said straightforwardly. You promised my father that you'd take good care of me. Qiu Ting sobbed. So I'll take good care of you like a sister. Qiu Ting, we grew up together. Don't fall in love with me. I'm not a good person. You know that, Xing Buhua said firmly. He twisted out the cigarette and opened the door. Qiu Ting pressed on the door of his car and asked, You like that Baiya, don't you? That day when I came to see you, you were still sleeping. I heard you calling her name in your dreams. I've already told you about me and her. She's my brother's wife. I need to make use of her now. So I pretended to be her husband and played with her, Xing Buhua said. But you called her name. You can't lie. I thought about it and I think you're lying to me, Qiuting said firmly. Call her name? Xing Buhua shrugged. She suspected me for a few days. I guess I was thinking about how to make her believe me even in my dreams. To be honest, you're the first and only person I can be honest with. Have you ever loved me? Qiuting begged. I haven't. Look at all the women around me. Which one of them isn't a hot beauty? You're my sister. I really have to go now. Otherwise, I won't be able to make it in time to save the damsel in distress. You can go back if you want. If you don't want to go back, I'll ask someone to give you money. You can live a casual life. Xing Buhua moved her hand away and got into the car. Qiuting stood there in a daze. She watched Xing Buhua leave, clenching her fists tightly. What should she do? She liked his unruly style. Xing Buhua got into the car. He glanced at the GPS and made a call. Lock onto Huarui's address. Calculate how long it will take me to get there. Yes, arrange a hero to save the damsel in distress. That's all. He hung up the phone and looked at Qiuting in the rearview mirror. He knew Qiuting too well. She wouldn't give up. He didn't want her to cause trouble for Baiya. So he could only shift the blame. Perhaps by letting Qiuting create trouble, he could stop his father from marrying Huarui or the daughter of the Xiang family. With Baiya, he didn't want to experience any other woman. Now all he wanted to do was to get rid of the conflict and accompany Baiya. Even if it was just boring marking papers with her, he felt very at ease, as if he was in a peaceful country full of happiness. Hello, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 586. At the entrance of Shuiyu International, Huarui and Momo came out. A motorcycle passed by them and the person on the back seat snatched the gift bag from Momo's hand. Momo was shocked and quickly shouted, "Someone there, robbers! Stop the motorcycle in front." A modified Mercedes-Benz motorcycle stopped in front of Momo and said to Huarui, "Get on." "Miss, don't." Momo held Huarui's hand and said cautiously. Xing Buhua curled his lips. "Follow me then." With a pie sound, he sped forward and soon overtook the motorcycle in front of him. He stopped 10 meters away from them. He ran straight towards the motorcycle. With a leap and a kick, the motorcyclist fell to the ground. The person behind was agile and luckily did not fall. Xing Buhua walked towards him. The man took out a knife and aimed it at Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua used his grappling hands and easily grabbed the man's wrist. There was the sound of bones cracking and the knife fell to the ground. Xing Buhua pressed his body down and the man knelt on the ground with his hands behind his back. The motorcyclist realized that they could not beat Xing Buhua and threw the gift bag in the middle of the road. Many cars drove over. If he did not pick it up, the car would have run over the gift bag and it would be hard to say whether the things inside would be intact. Xing Buhua gave the person who threw the gift bag a thumbs up. He jumped over the fence and spent more than 10 seconds to pick up all the gift bags. The robber had already driven away on the motorcycle. Xing Buhua walked back slowly. Huarui and Momo caught up. He threw the gift bag in his hand to Momo and walked towards his motorcycle without saying a word. "What's your name?" Huarui asked. Xing Buhua looked at Huarui. "If you want to treat me to a meal or repay me, forget it. I don't have time and I don't need it." He continued to walk towards his car. His arrogance caught Huarui's attention. She ran over and extended her hand to block the path of Xing Buhua's motorcycle. "What if I say that I want to check if all my things are here?" "What?" Xing Buhua frowned. "Your appearance was a bit of a coincidence. Just now, you were suspected of deliberately letting the flying car robbers go. I have reason to suspect that you're in cahoots with them," Huarui said confidently. Xing Buhua nodded his head and didn't hide his disgust. "Is there a hole in your brain? If I didn't chase after him, the speeding criminal would have run away. Are you crazy to doubt me?" "Who says?" "I have to check if it's missing," Huarui said with a blush. Xing Buhua took off his helmet and hung it on the motorcycle. He crossed his arms and looked at Huarui coldly. "Go ahead and check. Hurry up, I still have something to do." When Huarui saw Xing Buhua's face, she was stunned. Her eyes were filled with ecstasy and shyness, and her heart was trembling. There was a kind of joy that settled in her dreamy feelings. Although she had never seen Xing Buhua in person, she had seen photos of Xing Buhua. His chiseled face was resolute and cold. He was extraordinarily handsome and left a deep impression on people. She was actually looking forward to meeting him. "I know you," Huarui blurted out. "Really? Then go ahead and check. After that, remember not to look for me. I don't want to be a farmer." He got on the motorcycle. "Don't you know me?" Huarui asked anxiously. "Do I need to know you?" Xing Buhua put on his helmet and started the motorcycle. I'm Hua Rui, the one that you didn't show up for. I came to A because of you, but you didn't show up. Can you give me an explanation? Hua Rui asked, feeling wronged. She was indeed the most famous socialite in M Nation. When she felt wronged, her eyes would be big and red. Coupled with her exquisite face, she was indeed quite pitiful. I'm busy. Does this answer sound better? Xing Buhua said lazily. Can't you spare an hour? You can let me go to your office. Hua Rui was a little angry. She pouted her lips and looked very shy. Xing Buhua didn't even look at her. In fact, if the male lead doesn't show up at an ordinary blind date, it means that he doesn't want to go on a blind date. I'm not planning to get married yet. I'm sorry that you came here for nothing. If you want to ask me for reimbursement of the round-trip air ticket, you can look for my assistant. Xing Buhua drove the motorcycle and left decisively. He glanced at the rear mirror and saw that Qiu Ting was indeed there. That was good. It saved him the trouble of having someone to settle it for him. He couldn't wait to see Baiya. When he thought of Baiya, his heart was filled with tenderness. He smiled and sped up. When he arrived at Baiya's place, Baiya was still reading the test papers. She hadn't finished the previous ones and another batch of test papers had been sent to her. She might be a little tired, but she wore her glasses and looked very bookish. He thought of a word, a top student. The woman he liked was a top student. His heart softened. He went forward and hugged Baiya from behind. Baiya smiled and held his arm. She looked at him and said, Why are you here so early? Have you had dinner? I missed you. I haven't eaten yet. I want to eat with you, Xing Buhua said softly. He put away his laziness and arrogance. When he was with Baiya, he tried to get closer to Gu Lingqing and be the man she would fall in love with. The world was strange. He had rejected many women who were willing to change for him, but he loved the women who could change for him. I'll ask Xu Lan to prepare dinner. There's no hurry. There are too many test papers. How long will it take for you to finish grading them? Should I get someone to help you? Xing Buhua asked as he sat opposite Baiya. No, it's too risky for you and me to find someone. I'll ask Shirlan to help me. I can trust her. It's going to be the new year soon and I have a lot of work to prepare. It just so happens that I have time now. It's relaxing to mark the papers, Baiya said, bowing her head and continuing to mark. She lowered her head and continued to grade the test papers. The article you posted today is very embellishing, Xing Buhua complimented. One case alone won't cause a sensation. The internet is more developed now. Some of the past cases just need to be sorted out and published together. Will be very shocking. What destroys a person, a business, an official or a family is not the case itself, but the public opinion. Baiya said softly. Xing Buhua looked at Baiya with a smile. He felt happy just listening to her voice. Chapter 587. Yes, Baiya answered. By the way, the position of the head of the finance department is vacant now. Many people are eyeing this position. It won't take too long. At most, it will be delayed until the beginning of next year. What do you think? Xing Buhua continued to ask. Baiya stopped and her expression became serious. She looked at Xing Buhua and said, This position may be through election because there are too many people who are eyeing it. Our people may not be able to get it. I also want to discuss this matter with you. I want to create a big event, but... Baiya wanted to say something but stopped on second thought. But what? Xing Buhua asked. Although the incident with Alan successfully pulled Xing Dongqing down, I'm also worried about the reputation of Country A in the international arena if there is another big event. If it causes the currency of Country A to depreciate, it will be an act of harming others without benefiting oneself. I can't do it, Baiya said thoughtfully. Xing Buhua showed a doting smile. Baiya was not only beautiful but also gentle, affectionate, smart and far-sighted. She was also very kind. Her kindness was hidden under her strong appearance. It was just revealed inadvertently, but it had already made him unable to control his heart. She could care about the world. Gu Lingqing was really lucky to have met her at such a young age. It's simple. Country Y is a friendly country of Country A. It has always been Country A that has been supporting the economic development of Country Y. In addition to the national debt, they have also sent a lot of talents to the country in construction, electricity, chemistry, science, medicine, education, and even roads. It's not wrong to say that they are a dependent country of Country A. It's a problem, Xing Buhua said. I seem to have heard about this. She didn't care about this before, but now she had to care about it. Country Y has a multi-party system, and the struggle for power has always been very intense. If there is a civil war at this time, it will definitely destroy a lot of infrastructure. In addition to deciding which side to stand on, country A also needs to invest a lot of money. When it comes to money, then the business tycoons of country A will have the right to speak. When it comes to money, Xing Dongqing and Xianyan have money. In order to clear his name, Xing Dongqing will definitely fork out a lot of money. Baiya guessed. Xing Dongqing's money is in the open. After all, his family has so many businesses. Gu's money is also in the open. Xianyan's money is in the dark. He can't take it out in the open. No matter how much money Xing Dongqing took out, it would only be a whitewash. It was impossible for him to restore his position as the finance minister within a year. Then the one who has the right to speak is you, Xing Buhua suggested. In this way, not only can my people be the finance minister, but they can also establish the international reputation of a country. It's a pity for the people of Y country. Baiya lowered her eyes. She recalled what Grandmaster Gufa had said. If she wanted to be the best of the best, she would have to step over countless corpses. Full of blood. She didn't want to. She was a human and so were those people. She didn't feel superior, so she felt a little burdened. People shouldn't think too much. If they understood human nature too well, they would feel sad. When my people go to coordinate, I will tell them not to bring harm to the people. Xing Buhua promised. Without a fixed residence, how can they not be affected by the smoke of war? It's hard to control the development of the situation. Moreover, a country can't participate in the civil war. Look at the war in X country. It's been 5 or 6 years and it's still not over. Baiya leaned on the table. Don't worry. I promise that this war will only last for a few months. I have a way. Trust me, Xing Buhua said softly. He always said that he trusted her. The only thing she could do was to trust him. Lingqing, I'm a little tired. I want to rest for a while, Baiya said softly. Xing Buhua walked over, carried her up and put her on the bed. When I leave tomorrow morning, I'll bring a box of papers with me. I can help you mark them during the day. Baiya was still hugging his back. You have your own things to do during the day. I'll be fine here. I'll mark them slowly. With something to do, I won't miss you so much. Xing Buhua raised the corner of his mouth, revealing a bright smile. You miss me? Where? Baiya blushed. The last time she promised to help him, he rejected her in the end and went to the washroom to do it. They really hadn't been in contact for a long time. I'll be 3 months soon, Baiya said implicitly. Xing Buhua looked at her deeply. There's no hurry. You sleep first. I'll mark the papers. When you wake up, let's eat together. Baiya leaned against the pillow and looked at him. Tomorrow is Monday. If you're not busy, come over for dinner. I'll make you your favorite, braised pork with preserved vegetables. Okay. Xing Buhua returned to the chair and continued to mark her papers. Baiya looked at him. She was very tired, but she couldn't bear to close her eyes. She hoped that nothing would happen between them. She hoped that they could get their revenge smoothly and leave safely. In the future, their whole family would be happy together. She missed Yan. Sleep, I'm not leaving. We can see each other every day, Xing Buhua said softly. Baiya slowly closed her eyes and breathed evenly. Xing Buhua turned off the music and came over to cover her with the quilt. He continued to mark the papers. That night she had a dream. She dreamt of Gu Lingqing. He was trapped on an isolated island that was only a square meter in size. There were no trees around him and he was surrounded by the sea. He looked at her deeply and had many things to say to her. But she couldn't hear him. Looking at him all alone, her heart suddenly ached. A heavy sadness rushed out from her heart like a tide. Suddenly, Lu Shuang stood behind her. Baiya had a bad feeling in her heart. She shouted, No, Lu Shuang, don't. Lu Shuang pushed Gu Lingqing off the island and looked at her with a despairing smile. She felt helpless and knelt on the ground. Lu Shuang, don't. Lu Shuang didn't listen to her. He jumped off the island and into the sea. She was the only one left on the island. She was all alone. She was so sad that she jumped into the sea without thinking. But her heart still ached and she had difficulty breathing. She opened her eyes. The pillow was already wet. What she saw was Xing Buhua's worried face. What's wrong, Xiaoya? Did you have a nightmare? Baiya hugged Xing Buhua and said in a choked voice, I dreamed that you died. Lu Shuang died too. I saw you die. I was so lonely, so I jumped into the sea and died with you. A strange look flashed through Xing Buhua's eyes. He comforted her. I won't die. If I die, I will die after you. I won't let you live alone. Dreams are the opposite. Look at your silly face. Yes, dreams were the opposite. He was still alive. Lu Shuang was still alive. But just thinking about it made her feel sad. Chapter 588. He kissed away the tears at the corner of her eyes. It was salty. Baiya calmed herself down and asked, What time is it? Xing Buhua bent his wrist and looked at his watch. It's 8:10 p.m. Are you hungry? Baiya nodded. I'll ask Shulan to bring you food. Do you want to hide? All right. Baiya called Lin Shulan. Madam, are you hungry? I'll go and prepare the food now, Lin Shulan said. A little more. When Baiya said a little more, Lin Shulan understood immediately. He smiled and prepared enough food. He went to the library and knocked on the door. Baiya opened the door. Madam, I've brought the food to you. I'll bring the test papers over later. I've already graded them according to your instructions. I'll bring some more later. I'll be able to bring a few thousand more copies out tonight. Thank you. Also, the report on the Education Bureau has been very well received. They haven't responded yet. What should we do next? Lin Shulan asked. Continue to publish the report. We've sent people to the school to collect evidence. Send it to my email after you've sorted it out. I'll contact Du Xinbo directly. Got it? Lin Shulan said happily. Working with Baiya, there were good results every day. She was more motivated. She took a box of test papers upstairs and closed the door of the library when she left. Xing Buhua came out from the shadows and reminded her. You're targeting the entire Education Bureau. I'm worried that it will collapse. This is not a good sign. Baiya paused for a moment and came to a sudden realization. I was thinking of blowing things up and making the education minister take the blame and resign. Now that you mentioned it, it reminded me. Actually, it's enough now. Next, we're not targeting the cases of the various schools. We're targeting the education minister himself. For example, do you have any problems with his style and have he done anything against the law? Baiya understood. Yes, let's do it this way. I'll get an ing to do it now. Baiya immediately called Zhang Xingyu and gave him new instructions. Zhang Xingyu was very motivated to work with Baiya. Moreover, Baiya gave everyone in an ing a salary of 3,000 yuan. They were very motivated. Yes. Xing Buhua smiled. He knew of Gu Lingqing's an ing. They only listened to Gu Lingqing's orders and were directly under Gu Lingqing. They could even ignore the president's orders. But now they completely obeyed Baiya. In some ways she was indeed more popular. Lu Shuang woke up early in the morning. He opened his eyes, sat up and looked to his side. Xianxia was no longer there. She remembered that he had the habit of jogging. This habit was the same as Baiya. She chose a small suit from the cabinet, tied her hair into a braid and put on makeup. She darkened her skin, thickened her eyebrows and made herself look more boorish. Her lips were darker, making her look colder. She even applied shadow powder on her face to make it more three-dimensional. She was going to follow Xianxia from today onwards. She might attend many public events, especially during the military parade. If she dressed up too gorgeously, it would be too eye-catching. It was best to keep a low profile. The uglier she looked, the less likely those fans of Xianxia would attack her. She went out. Xianxia had just finished jogging and came in from outside. When he saw her, he was stunned. You just climbed out from the coal. Why are you so dark? Lu Shuang rolled his eyes at him. It's so early in the morning. Can't you say something nice? Mine is called smoky makeup. Xianxia sneered. I heard that smoky makeup only darkens the eyes. Your whole face is black. He paused. Don't tell me your whole body is black too? Lu Shuang did not want to talk to Xianxia anymore. He sat at the dining table and supported his chin with both hands. He did not go to take a shower. Instead, he came in front of her and looked at her face. You have the legendary Guangongmei. You're ugly enough usually. You can barely be seen when you dress up nicely. But now you're so ugly that it's affecting the appearance of the city. Lu Shuang frowned. You don't have to look at me if I'm ugly. Your wife at home is very pretty. You can just look at your wife. Xianxia's face turned cold. Her eyes glinted. She turned and walked upstairs. Lu Shuang felt that he should be angry. Why did he look down on her? She was ugly and proud. How could he hit her so early in the morning and affect her mood? She did not care if he was angry. She walked to the kitchen and asked the chef, Handsome, is there anything to eat? I'm hungry. Oh, it's ready. I'll bring it out for you now, the chef said respectfully. Thank you. Lu Shuang said politely. He turned around and sat at the dining table waiting for the chef to bring his breakfast for the day. A basket of soup dumplings, a cup of soy milk and a poached egg. Call me if it's not enough, the chef said. Thank you. It's enough. You're really good. I like it, Lu Shuang praised. The chef smiled and went to the kitchen to continue working. Lu Shuang was almost done eating when she saw Xianxia and Hua Zixing walking down the stairs. They were whispering something. A talented man and a beautiful woman. What a perfect match. She lowered her head and ate the last steamed bun before walking out of the restaurant. Xianxia's face turned colder. She frowned. Where are you going? Lu Shuang looked at her lazily. I'm going out for a walk. I won't affect your appetite. Call me when you're leaving. She did not wait for Xianxia to speak and left. Xianxia had nowhere to vent his anger, so she sat down on the chair. What's wrong? Did you two fight? Hua Zixing asked gently. I said that her makeup is ugly, Xianxia said. Girls hate it when people call them ugly. You should apologize to her later. I don't think she's a petty person. She'll be appeased soon, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Xianxia reflected. He was angry because she always used his wife to stop him. He had said and explained many times that he and Hua Zixing were just in agreement. She even said that it would be better for him to go see his wife. She looked like she didn't care at all. He did not know what he was thinking at that time. He just felt angry. Maybe he felt that she was being unreasonable. But thinking about it, when had she ever been reasonable? I'll go see her first. Xianxia got up and went out without breakfast to look for Lu Shuang. Hua Zik stared at Xianxia's back as a strange emotion flashed through her eyes. She raised the corner of her lips and lowered her head, returning to her usual gentle self. Xianxia found Lu Shuang, who was throwing stones by the lake. Hello, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 589. She grabbed a handful of them and threw them one by one. She liked to hear the thud as though she was throwing away her anger. Why was she angry? In terms of looks, she was no match for Hua Zixing, but in terms of age, she was a few years older than her. She did not look good with makeup, but Xianxia was just stating the truth. Later, I'll get the makeup artist to teach you how to do makeup, Xianxia said. Lu Shuang looked at her. Why do I need to look good? My future boss will be worried. Xianxia frowned. Are you trying to make me angry? I have nothing to say to you. We are not on the same level and it's too tiring to communicate. Lu Shuang threw a handful of stones into the river and clapped her hands. Can we go now? Xianxia held her hand and her eyes dimmed. You know I like to joke. Are you angry because I said you are ugly? Lu Shuang smirked. If I get angry over such a small matter, then wouldn't I become a punching bag? Then why are you out alone? Isn't it cold outside? It won't affect your meal. Didn't you say that I was affecting the city? What makeup are you wearing? You really don't look good, Xianxia said and let go of her hand. Lu Shuang chuckled. In the eyes of the president, I am just one of your women who needs to be beautiful every day to please your visual nerves. But to me I am more like your secretary. You have your own topics to talk about. If I were to put on a pretty face I would probably be drowned in it. I want to be low-key and more low-key. The uglier I am, the safer I am. There won't be any reporters following me, and they won't be able to capture anything, Xianxia explained. Aren't we going to parade? Those soldiers aren't human anymore. They don't have saliva. Aren't the people around you human? They don't have saliva anymore. It's tiring talking. Lu Shuang turned around. Xianxia hugged her from behind. Lu Shuang was so nervous that his back was stiff. Brother, are there satellite cameras? Last night, the presidential palace blocked the signal. The satellite can't capture it. Lu Shuang relaxed a little and looked at him. Why are you hugging me? I'm not affecting the city anymore. Didn't you say that I would be worried? Good job, Xianxia said with a smile. This guy's smile was really flirtatious. He could be considered one of the most handsome men in the world. When did I say that you would be worried? Lu Shuang didn't remember saying that. Xianxia's face darkened. My future husband, why don't you have the self-awareness of being my future wife? This? Lu Shuang didn't want to argue with him and changed the topic. Are you ready to go? The procedures for the parade will be issued today, right? Under normal circumstances, my secretary will arrange my necessary itinerary for the next week and flexibly deal with those that are necessary but not urgent. The last one is the emergency itinerary. The parade is considered a necessary but not urgent itinerary. You will know when you go to my office. Then there are 2 meetings in the morning. You can rest in my office. I'm resting in the office, Xianxia explained. During the parade, can I see the files of all the soldiers? Lu Shuang asked tentatively. If you want to see all the files of the soldiers, I just need to open the database and it will be there. What you want to see should be my formless, right? Xianxia said directly. Lu Shuang knew that he couldn't hide it, so he didn't quibble. He nodded and said, I saw the person who killed my mother. He was wearing the same clothes as the person who tried to assassinate me on the island. Gu Lingqing said that it was formless. Formless belongs to me. Their information is not in the database. I can arrange for you to go and see it. If you see who the murderer is, tell me. I will not tolerate it. Xianxia promised. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. He felt a little burdened. If you do this, will people talk about you? I feel like you are a little angry for a beauty. Xianxia smirked. First of all, you can't violate a military order. Doing this behind my back is a capital offense. Xianxia took her hand and walked to the villa. After I have breakfast. Xianxia held her hand and walked towards the villa. After I finish breakfast. Then Xianxia took her hand and walked to the villa. After I have breakfast. Xianxia just held her hand and led her back to the villa. Lu Shuang felt that he was really childish. He was a little brother after all. She followed Xianxia back to the villa. Hua Zixing had already finished eating. She looked at Lu Shuang and said with a smile, "Actually, I think this makeup is very special. It's valiant and has a unique style." "Yeah, I think so too," Lu Shuang said with a smile. "Do me one day too. I think it's quite interesting." Lu Shuang pointed at Xianxia and whispered to Hua Zixing, "I will do one for him one day too." Okay. It's quite interesting just thinking about it, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Lu Shuang realized something. Nangongyu was missing. She used to follow Hua Zixing around. She looked at Xianxia and asked, "That Nangongyu, did you really punish her? How could it be fake?" Xianxia looked at her helplessly. She sat down and said in a low voice, "Eat with me a little more." "I'm full," Lu Shuang refused. "It's very late for lunch today," Xianxia reminded him. "Then I'll eat a little more." Lu Shuang was straightforward. Hua Zixing pursed her lips and laughed. "You're really cute." Lu Shuang felt a little uncomfortable being praised like that. She picked up a small steamed bun and took a big bite. The fat fell off. Xianxia immediately took a tissue and wiped the corner of her mouth. "You don't need your makeup anymore. Who stole it from you?" "I developed this habit in Gu Lingqing's military. They demand that we eat in 5 minutes. After 5 minutes there's nothing left to eat," Lu Shuang complained. "Gu Lingqing's military is the most disciplined, prestigious and has the best results. But why did you go to his military? Wasn't it better to have your father take care of you in the hospital?" Xianxia asked casually. Lu Shuang's eyes dimmed. She thought of her father, her mother and Baiya. "At that time we agreed to go to the military with Baiya. I went in but Baiya went to America." She shrugged and said indifferently, "This is fate. Although I never believed in fate, Baiya believed in it. Now I believe in it too." She had lost her appetite. She rubbed her stomach and put down her chopsticks. "I'm so full. I feel like I've gained 2 kilograms in the 2 days I've been here." "You look better with more weight." "Hey Xianxia, how much do you dislike my looks?" Lu Shuang glanced at him. "Other than your looks, your IQ is worrying too," Xianxia said with a smile.